Hey, we're back with ManTown USA. We're making a American Pale Ale today. We're going to start with 2.5 gallons of water, heating it up to a boil, and we're going to soak in and steep 1 pound of Carahel malt until just before the boil starts, and we're going to remove it. Now that the pale ale is almost ready to go into the fermentation bucket, I want to show you a little added kick that ManTown USA does to our pale ale. Little added kick that ManTown USA does to their pale ale. We add a couple of grapefruit rinds, take all the rind off, and add it to the fermentation bucket, and it gives it a nice little bitter taste at the end of the beer. So it's very simple. We just take it. Don't want any of the pip, just want a little bit of the, want to get all the nice yellow rind off of it. Alright, so we're just finishing up the second grapefruit. We're going to put 2 grapefruit rinds. Get it all off the grapefruit. Now we're going to take this and we're going to place it over the boiling vessel to disinfect the rind before we add it into the fermentation bucket. Okay. We want to make sure that the muslin bag is removed before a boil. We're around 170, 180 degrees. So we use a infrared thermometer to check the temperature of the water. Right now, we are at 150 degrees, plus or minus 4 degrees. All right, we just removed the muslin bag. Right now that the boil has commenced, I'm going to remove it from the heat, and we're going to add our hops.
And here we are, we've got Rob opening up the different bags of malt.
Okay, we're going to add it into the malt into the water. We're going to be putting 6 pounds of malt into this batch. That's 3 pounds.
And once again, we're cutting open the other 3-pound bag of malt. So how long do you have to stir this?
Until it's all blended. So it doesn't get all sticky and clumpy like that. Just like that. Now we're going to bring it back to the heat. And we're going to let the boil reestablish. Now here's the important thing. Once the boil reestablishes, we have to time it for 60 minutes. Alright, so we've reestablished our second boil. And now we're going to add, once I get my spoon, and now we're going to add the bittering hops. This is a Cascade hops. It's 1 ounce of Cascade hops. We're going to dissolve that into the wort. Right, Rob?
Wort.
Wort.
Spell that.
W-O-R-T.
Wort.
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 Now we're going to start our time at 3:04 p.m. Now that we have the grapefruit, all of the rind ground up, we're going to put it over the boiling wort, and disinfect it for a couple of minutes. And I'll burn my fingers, and then from there we're going to throw it right into the fermentation bucket. Put that right into the fermentation bucket, and from here we're going to go right to the Irish moss, Rob, because it's 3:49. It's been 45 minutes that this has been boiling, and we're going to add the tablespoon of Irish moss. Just stir that right in. Now we're going to go to 59 minutes and add 2 ounces of bittering aroma hops inside. Alright, so now we are 59 minutes from the completion of our boil. So we're going to add 2 ounces of Cascade aroma hops. Stir that right in. It's going to give us a nice aroma when it's all done. 1 more minute and then we're going to pull this off the fire. 1 hour, we are complete. Mark, you want to come and take a look at this? You can
Sure.
see all the aroma.
All the
You
aroma
can see
again.
all the hops just settling on top. So now we just pulled it off the heat. Shut the heat down. I'm going to give that a nice stir. And we're going to start the cooling process. Alright, so now we're going to chill it. This is our wort chiller. It's just a copper tube that we have tied to a pump. with a bucket of ice water, and it just circles down through and recycles right back into the pump. And we're going to try and cool this down as quick as we can to prevent any bacteria, because we're very clean in here. As you can see, coming through at a very hot rate actually. Let me get the laser. We have ice water in here, and this is coming through at about 135 degrees. And we're just going to let it cool down until the wort gets down to about 75 degrees. Right now we're at 140 degrees. All right, we're down to the right temperature. We've cooled it down to about 75 degrees. So we're going to remove the chiller. Now we have to take the wort that's been cooled down, and we have to put it into the fermentation bucket with the rest of the water. So Tony over here is going to pour it into the little strainer.
It's only unqualified for.
A little bit at a time, and we're just going to try and strain all the hops out. So we've taken all of the excess grains and hops out. This is about 1/4 of what we pulled out. So now we have all the wort in with the rest of the water. We're going to have to add a little bit of water. We're just under 5 gallons. But right now I'm going to add the yeast. Stir that in. We just want to bring it back up to 5 gallons that we lost in evaporation from the boiling. You see the line on the side?
Oh, yeah.
Bring it up. Alright, so now we're done filling it up to 5 gallons. And we're going to take a reading with our hydrometer so that we can get an alcohol content in a week from now after the fermentation is done. Yeah, 105.5 is our hydrometer reading.
And that equates to what?
Well, we're going to read it now, and then we're going to read it again in a week after the fermentation. And the difference in percentages is going to give us, so 105.5 is right in here, and then as the alcohol is devoured by the yeast, sugar is devoured by the yeast, it becomes alcohol, the hydrometer reading will change and it'll give us our percentage of alcohols on the other side. Alright, so now we're going to put the airlock in. I filled it with water, so it allows the gases out. It doesn't let any bacteria in. And then we're just going to slide it right in. And then we're going to store that at about 65 degrees for a week and come back to it, and we should have beer.